Good afternoon. My name is Darren Lowe. Today we're going to talk sexual assaults. Sexual assaults in the United States Navy. We have an epidemic on our hands, and it's one that we, as sailors, must take control of. Imagine yourself being a careerist, spending 20 years in the United States Navy. You're nearing your retirement point. You have children of your own, son or daughter. They've grown up idolizing you. They've grown up moving from town to town with you over your naval career. They've decided to follow in your footsteps. They want to be a sailor, just like dad, just like mom. So they join the Navy. They go to boot camp. They go to A school. They learn their technical trades. They ship out to their first command. Now fast forward a few months or even a year. You receive a phone call in the middle of the night. It's your child on the other end. They're calling to tell you that they have just been sexually assaulted. Sexually assaulted by someone that they thought was their friend. Someone they depend on. A shipmate. Someone that they work with day in and day out. The same shipmate that they went to sea with. The ones that they put their lives in each other's hands in order to return home safely from deployments. What do you do? What do you say? So today we're going to dig into sexual assaults in the Navy. It's an epidemic, and it's an epidemic that must be stopped. I'm going to provide some statistics. We're going to discuss reporting options, and I'm going to discuss some resources available associated with sexual assaults. First, statistics. In 2012, the Department of Defense did an anonymous survey. They had 26,000 responses to this survey, and those 26,000 responses indicated that they had received some sort of unwanted sexual contact. That's an alarming number. Remember, that survey was anonymous. In 2012, wait, let me back up. Of those 26,000 surveyed, 10,700 of them were Navy sailors. So 10,700 shipmates, your shipmate, my shipmate, had received unwanted sexual contact in 2012. It's an alarming number. To further break that down, the Navy had 726 reported sexual assaults. Reported sexual assaults in 2012. Of those, 527 were unrestricted. 199 were restricted. The breakdown of these reported, unreported, or restricted, unrestricted reports was 89% of the assaults were females, 11% were males. Because usually when you think sexual assault, the first thing we think of is usually the females being assaulted, correct? Now, let me go back. Remember the survey the Department of Defense did where 26,000 responded? What would you think if I told you that the results from that survey showed 52% were females, 48% were males? Sexual assault is a gender-neutral issue. Does not matter if you're male or female. It's an issue that we must address and we must stop. So now I want to talk to you about the reporting options for sexual assault. There's two types: restricted, unrestricted. You ask, what's the difference? Restricted reporting, it can be reported only to 4 individuals in order to maintain the sanctity of the restriction. Healthcare professionals, chaplains, the SARC, the Sexual Response Coordinator, as well as the VA, the Victim Advocate. Those are the 4 individuals that can take a restricted report. Now you may ask, why would an individual make a restricted report? Sometimes they make a restricted report because of fear. Fear of reprisal, fear of embarrassment, fear that someone will not believe them. So what's available to them for making a restricted report? Medical, counseling. Those are the things made available to them. It's to help them get back to normalcy as soon and as quick as possible. Now, unrestricted. Unrestricted can be reported to anybody. Anybody can take an unrestricted report. And for a sailor to report an unrestricted, they're seeking accountability for the alleged offender. They want the process to work its due. They want the victim to be protected, not re-victimized. They want the offender's rights protected, But at the same time, they want the allegation investigated thoroughly. They want the legal system to work its course to hold that alleged offender accountable for his or her actions. So our job is to increase awareness of sexual assaults. Raise the flag and say, not on our watch will sexual assault occur. So how has the Navy raised awareness? The Navy's raised awareness because over the last 2 years, we've had an astronomically amount of training. There's been a variety of sexual assault trainings. We've had SAPR T. SAPR T is sexual assault training for the triad, the COs, XOs, and CMCs. They started at the top to educate this leadership how to handle sexual assaults, how to handle the victims, how to handle the alleged offenders. They had SAPR L, SAPRs for leaders. That was designed for the E7s and above. As division officers, department officers, how do they handle the assaults? How do they handle the offenders? SAPR F for the force. That was targeted for the E6 and below. That was to educate them on bystander intervention, to show them that they have a responsibility to their shipmate to look out for one another. Then we had a SAPR SD, a stand down. This is where the Navy said 100% of sailors will receive a refresher training on sexual assault. This was to raise awareness so that we understood not on our watch. Then they include SAPR training in your annual GMT requirements, your general military training. Every year you get SAPR refresher to keep it fresh in your brain because it's a problem we have. It's a crime. Sexual assault is a crime. We must put a stop to it. Some of the resources available for sexual assaults. You've got the Military One Source. It's a 24/7 manned phone center as well as online. Wealth of information available, and all you got to do is call or log on. The Safe Helpline. Again, a 24/7 call center manned by victim advocate qualified personnel. Therefore, they can take a restricted report and maintain the integrity of it, as well as online. You have your Fleet Family Support Centers. They have trained victim advocates on board to maintain the integrity of a restricted report. They can discuss options, resources additional available to you. So, in conclusion today, I provided you some statistics about sexual assaults. I discussed some of the reporting options. I discussed some of the resources that are available. What I want you to know is sexual assault is a crime, and it must be something that we address head on. Turning the other cheek will not bring an end to sexual assault in the Navy. So how do we do that? We step up, step out, and say, not on my watch. So my question to you is, will you be a shipmate and will you step up and say, not on my watch? Thanks.